Hello. We are from Eunoia Junior College Ultimate Frisbee team and we are here to teach you about simple math. Firstly, we'll cover numbers from 1 to 20. Next we'll run through some operations of numbers, followed by time, and lastly important times of the day. Firstly we'll learn about numbers from 1 to 20. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This may look like 2 ones, but it is not 1 1, it is 11. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There you go. You're all set for your next lesson.
So now that we have learned about simple numbers, what do we do with them? That is when we need the operation of numbers. These include the addition and subtraction, or what most people refer to as plus and minus. For addition, we simply put two numbers together to achieve a bigger number, such as these examples below, where 4 plus 3 equals to 7, 9 plus 7 equals to 16, 11 plus 9 equals to 20. Well, for subtraction, it is a little bit harder as we try to take away the second number from the first. Such as in the first example, when we take away 4 from 8, we are left with 4. And when we try to take away 7 from 13, we are left with 6. And finally, when we try to take away 2 from 20, we are left with 18.
So now we will be talking about time. We have 24 hours a day. How do we know when does the sun rise and when does it fall? To answer this question, we need time. For example, the sun rises at 7 a.m. and it sets at 7 p.m. There are two periods of time, a.m. or p.m. For example, the sun rises at 7 a.m. while it falls at 7 p.m. When the clock spins to 12, the time changes from a.m. to p.m. or p.m. to a.m. Next slide. Let us see if you can tell the time from the clocks. The clocks are the things that we hang on the wall. The shorter hand tells the hour, while the longer hand tells the minute. Sometimes, there's a longest hand that spins the fastest, which tell the time, the seconds, Telling the hours is easy. Just look at where it points at. For the first clock, it points at 12, so the hour is 12. For the minute hand, count from the 12 mark to the mark it points at. If there are 3 spaces, like in the first clock, take 3 multiplied by 5 and you get 15, so the minute is 15. For the second clock, there are 7 spaces from 12, so take 7 times 5, which is 35, so the minute is 35. Actually, there are shortcuts. Just remember, when the minute hand points in the first at 3, the minute is 15. When it is at 6, the minute is 30. When it is at 9, the minute is 45. For example, in the third clock, the minute is 45. So, how can we use this to our advantage? In the fourth clock, we are 1 spaces behind 6. So the minute is 30 minus 5, which means 25. Now, we still need to tell the time from AM to PM. If the sun is up, look out the window, and if the sun is up and the hour is below 12, it is AM. If the sun is very bright and the hour is 12 or after, like in 12:15, it is PM. If the sun is down, it must be PM. So now, do the same with the rest of the clocks and compare your answer with your friends.
Now, let's talk about the important times of the day. You may be wondering, what is the time when I wake up and go to work? Or what is the time when I have my meals? First of all, we have the morning. The morning usually lasts from 12 midnight all the way until 12 noon. The morning is also when the sun rises at about 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. And we will usually also have our breakfast in the morning before we go to work. This will be the first meal of the day and is also the most important meal of the day. From about 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is when it starts to get very, very hot because the sun is up in the sky. Next, we have the afternoon. The afternoon is usually from 12 p.m. all the way until 5 or 6 p.m. During the afternoon is when most of us are at our workplaces doing our work, and is also when we have our second meal of the day, which is our lunch. Last but not least, after a long day of work, we are finally in the evening of the day. In the evening is when the sun starts to set, and also when we start to rest and have our dinner. So our dinner is usually the third and final meal of our day. And shortly after dinner and after washing up, we will head to bed, and that is our bedtime. So our bedtime is when we all go to sleep, and is usually at about 10 p.m. or from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. So in general, we have three main periods of our day, which is the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. And the three main meals that we have throughout the day will be our breakfast, our lunch, and our dinner. So, thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope that you learned a little bit more about how to tell time and how to tell numbers in English.